Hey y'all, welcome back. And in today's video, it is all about those simple backyard projects that make a big difference. We're going to start off today by adding a walkway along the fence and also adding a path to the back gate. I almost broke my back doing this, but it was worth it. We also leveled out the whole backyard with sand and it looked like a beach for literally a week. We also cleaned up some old toys to donate to a friend. So this video is part transformation, part cleanup, and we are ending with a beautiful sunset. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. It's been a year since we've moved into this home and the projects continue. Welcome back if you've been here for a while, and you guys know that Chris is a landscaper, and the first thing that we are doing is building a stepping stone walkway into the backyard. This area tends to get super muddy. It kind of droops down, and that's where all of the water comes. So in order to keep from all of the mud, we're doing stepping stones. We are going to continue it out into the backyard because if you have seen my garden video, you know that we planted a planter garden all along the backyard and the side of the house, but it gets so muddy. So that is still a project on hand, but this is just the first step of that project. In our old house, we did irregular shaped stones and added crushed granite in between the edges. And I did not like the crushed granite. I felt like the crushed granite got all over the stones. And when you walked on it barefoot, it hurt the bottom of your feet. And the crushed granite got everywhere. I like these pavers because they are symmetrical and they give a more modern look. The size of these pavers are 24 by 36. We loved it so much, we're going to do in the backyard too. If y'all want a lush lawn look without wasting time or water, then let's unbox the game-changing smart system that's doing lawn care better. It's the Aiper Irrisense. And thanks to Aiper for sponsoring today's video. Right out of the box, the Irrisense impresses with its sleek modular design and its completely cable-free setup. So there's no digging and you don't have to hire any sort of technician. It's just smart tech ready to go. You can control everything from the app, which connects in minutes. You can just plug it in, pair it, and then personalize the settings. Once you figure out in your yard where you're going to put it, then the setup is super easy. It takes only about 15 minutes. What I love is that you can directly customize each of the watering zones. This allows you to save water because you're not spraying fences, sidewalks, or driveways, and it can cover up to 4,800 square feet or 445 square meters. In fact, one Irrisense replaces up to 10 traditional sprinklers, reducing 90% of piping. And no worries if you're on vacation or need to adjust during a drought period because you can create custom schedules based on your personal needs. It even comes with optional pesticide spraying support. You can also review real-time irrigation monitoring, so you can display the remaining irrigation time, the process percentage, and a visual map of the process. In the quick start mode, there's also 3 preset irrigation depths for instant watering. And if you have any unexpected pop-up thunderstorms, then don't worry. The Irrisense is equipped with a rain sensor that automatically cancels the irrigation plan for the day when it detects rain. This helps you save water and you don't have to think about turning it off on rainy days. But when it's not raining, it simulates rainfall, which prevents erosion and ensures an even, gentle watering. So with the Irrisense, you can reduce water waste and protect your lawn health. So turn your lawn care on autopilot. You can save hours each week and spend less on your water bills too. It's officially earned a spot in my smart home system. It's efficient, elegant, and effortless. Check out the link in my description box and grab your Irrisense today. So we've moved on to the backyard and we loved the pavers so much that we are going to build a walkway in our backyard. And this is obviously, I filmed this video over the course of a couple of months. Right now, we have all of our garden boxes there and it's just a mud pile. But before that, so Chris is a landscaper and he has contracts with different landscaping, like wholesale plant companies, nurseries, etc. And one of the companies had this like party or this appreciation for all of its customers. And we were invited, and Chris was like, let's go to this, appreciation thing. And when we went there, they had all of these different companies doing raffles. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I am not one to win a raffle. I am just like, I don't even put my name, I don't play the lottery. I'm like, I'm not that lucky of a person to win any type of drawing, but I still am hopeful. So when we got there, each of us, so all the kids came, so we got 5 tickets. And then if you owned a company, you got like a special red ticket because there was special customers that they drew for those. So Chris got one red ticket, and there was several different vendors there, and he put his name, it's like in the big hat, and then they would just say, okay, this vendor, you win this, you win this. And for these big stones, they called Chris's name. So he won a palette of these pavers. And they had a couple different colors. So they let him pick the colors. And I'm like, what are we going to do with these huge pavers? I mean, they weigh so much. Whenever I was done putting these down, I think I threw out my lower back doing this project. So we got these pavers delivered, and we got a pallet of them. And this is where we decided that we could make a pathway along to the back of the fence with these ones. So these are 24 by 48, so they're fairly large, and we liked them so much when we got them. That's when we bought the ones that we did in the front, which are the 24 by 36 size. So of course I'm like, okay, we get, these pavers. We did not have enough. So we actually started this project, and then once we lined everything out, then we had to go and get a few more. These pavers were lying on the side of our house for some time, and I'm like, Chris, just put them out there and line them up, and it's not that hard. And he's like, Michelle, you have to get them out, level the yard, dig out the grass, blah, blah, blah. Do the whole thing, which we are going to do, but I didn't realize how much work this was. But it is something that you can do yourself at home. You don't have to have a landscaper do it. It's just tedious work to get all of the measurements exact. So once you have your size picked out, then what we did is we got a string and drew it to the exact point we wanted our last paver to be. And then we are just lining up all of the bigger pavers to the edge of that string. It's not going to be an exact straight line because the way where our back fence or that back gate is, it's a little bit curved out. So we want it to curve in a straight line, if that makes sense. And then next we had to measure in between each paver. I think at first we started off with like 6 inches, and then we expanded it to more like 10 inches. It really just depends on the look you're going for with the spacing you want in between. So my initial biggest challenge with putting all of these pavers here and building this pretty walkway was that we do want a pool. That is one of our dreams on our vision board, is to come and get a pool. We have never had a pool in any of our houses before. Once, we save up enough and Rye is a really good swimmer, then that is our dream. So at first I was like, no, we have to leave this whole space open because we're just going to have to rip them out if we get a pool. But Chris was like, when that happens, we can move them. I'm not worried about it. We're just going to, have this here for now, because I guess our vision is a couple years down the road. So we'll just do this for now, and then we will worry about everything else later. So the brand that we are using of these pavers is called Caston, Caston. These are extremely heavy and durable. And at first, Chris was like, these are too expensive. But since we won the initial pallet, we can't like have different brands and different pavers on the same walkway. So this is why we went with these. And after we put them in, we were glad that we went with this route. So once we got all of the measurements down exact, then Chris could come in here and dig out the grass and everything and actually put them in the ground and level it out and do all of that work. Adding paver walkways to your space, I feel like creates a clean, finished feel, and it honestly makes the whole space feel more inviting. So here is a little update of our backyard so far. Our bougainvillea plants are doing pretty well. As you can see here, I think that before it was just in shock, but now it is doing so well. It's filling out, and hopefully we end up getting lots and lots of growth on this one. We also have our hanging basket ones, and these are also doing well. These also lost all of their flowers or pretty leaves, whatever, and they're starting to come back. These get a lot of sun. The sun kind of comes over from this side and really gets this one the most, but this one is slowly growing back. You can see up here, but it is a little slower than the other one. Here is the finished walkway, and you can see here we have sand piles everywhere. So Chris does this about once a year, where we get all of the sand and we basically fill it all out, and then it helps level the yard so that whenever you're mowing, there's not holes and gaps in the yard. So this was a big project, and he is going to spend all day spreading all of this out. All right, so you can see we got the rest of the pavers in, and we have them laid out, and it looks amazing. Somebody came over and asked, why do you have a walkway to a gate that you never go out of? But the truth is, I walk down here every single day and I just look out in the open greenery. But it also just adds so much character to a home, and just the small upgrade really does make a big transformation. Again, this is phase 2, and our next phase will be adding pavers to the whole side of the house, adding rock around that area, because like I said, it is just a mud pit back there, and that is going to be, it is going to be for aesthetics, but mainly for function. All right, so our backyard looks crazy, like we are creating a whole beach back here. And at first, the first time we ever did this in our old house, I was like, Chris, what the heck are you doing? And the purpose of adding sand all to your yard is to level it out. And even when you're mowing, there may be some like brown spots in your yards. It's because, from what he says, it's because it's from like uneven, unlevel ground. And also when you're like running in the backyard, you may step in holes and hurt your ankle. So this is just a way to really help level it out. We had a dump truck come and dump all this sand in a big pile in our front yard, and then they wheelbarrowed back like all these little pallets. Now this is like a week later. Now one thing I want to say is, do not lay the sand right before it rains, because the rain will wash it all away. Here's an update of my bougainvillea. The reason why I keep talking about these is because in my video I did a couple months ago, I bought these bougainvilleas. We potted them, planted them, put them here, and then they lost all of their flowers. They like became bare, and I thought that I had done something wrong. I thought that I had overwatered them, not get enough sun, and then now you can just see that they completely like rebloomed again. So that was more of an update from that video. Over time, the sand will slowly start filling in the holes, and you'll have like patches all throughout your yard. So the next thing we're going to do is move these huge Italian cypress pots at the end of the gate. Since we replaced them with the bougainvilleas, we had those Italian cypress pots still on the patio because I wasn't sure if they were getting enough sun. So we had like all of these pots that it looked a little bit too crowded, like as you can see there, until I figured out what I wanted to do with them. So now we are going to move them as like to the end of the walkway. Now that our big projects are out of the way, I'll be spending the next part of this video getting everything cleaned up.
please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on my fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't wanna be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just wanna go my own way, gonna let the past burn down. Cause honestly, don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you. With you, I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I'll be going away for a while. Oh, and I don't know what I'll find. Maybe I can be a rock star.
So I do eventually plan to get a better table out here where I can hide a lot of the stuff underneath. This was an end table that I bought years ago. I stained it black. We had it in our old house, and then whenever we moved into this house, I decided just to put it outside as a little table until I found a better cabinet to put out here, and I have yet to find one. So I had cleaned up the space, and for Chris's 40th birthday, he actually turned 40 back in May, but we just had such a busy month with the end of the school year. We went on a family vacation. I didn't plan anything, so kind of last minute, we planned this in-home hibachi night. So I had the tables and chairs over there, and you can hire like a hibachi chef to come to your house and cook. We invited some friends, and it was so much fun. So if you are looking for something different to do, like for a celebration, they said that they do kids parties and, adult parties, obviously. I would recommend doing that. So the next thing I'm going to work on is cleaning out this kids' playhouse. We are going to donate this playhouse to a friend. I am always scared that there's snakes or some sort of creatures or animals behind here. So I pulled it out super slowly, and luckily I didn't find any snakes. So for the year that we've lived back here, we have had, I think we've only seen about 4 or 5 snakes, which isn't a lot considering we back up to this big grassy area, but you never know. We also have raccoons that come at night into our trash can in our back patio. And then we have seen a coyote behind our back fence as well. So we do, like I said, back up to that big green area, but we live in a neighborhood, if that makes sense. So it's not like we're on this like huge ranch with all of these crazy animals. So when we do see them, it's very interesting. But we also get a lot of birds. And if you're into bird watching, and this might be a sign for someone watching, here is a red cardinal on a fence line. If red cardinals mean anything to you, then this is a sign. So I'm going to clean this little playhouse out. It did start sprinkling on me, but I'm determined to get it clean, even if it's in the rain. Next to our stairs now, that is a mud pit as well. And we have to think about what we want to do in that area. I've thought about raised flower beds and a couple different options. But if you have any ideas, then feel free to let me know in the comments if you've done something cool or just if you have ideas in general. If we get a pool, this is why I keep delaying backyard projects. When we get a pool, then I want to expand the stairs, take the railing off and make the stairs a lot wider. And then, so that's why I'm kind of like, should we do like all these raised flower beds, or should we just, I don't know, do something temporary? So yeah, that's also a future plan as well.
Met before, it's the same as always, waiting at the airport with your coat and gloves, same time every winter, smiling like you knew me. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been.
It definitely feels good to start some projects again, ones I've been putting off for too long. But it's not just the backyard that's needed it because I've needed it. In the last year, I've been feeling super stuck creatively, emotionally, with my motivation and my energy. I kept waiting for this perfect moment to feel ready, but I've realized that the truth is that that moment never comes. You're never going to feel 100% ready to start something new. You have to actually create it. What has really helped me to shift out of this stuck cycle is breaking things down into smaller, doable moves, just one piece at a time. And that's actually why I created the MOVE method, which is a 4-phase journey for someone who is tired of waiting, overthinking, and losing momentum. Feeling stuck and unmotivated is costing you more than you realize. Time is our most valuable asset, and we're not getting it back. In fact, most people value money because money brings you freedom. And what is freedom? Freedom to do what we want, when we want, with our time. I think a lot of people group being unmotivated and lazy into the same category when that's not what it is at all. It's often emotional exhaustion, nervous system burnout, or being stuck in an outdated version of yourself, which is exactly where I was at. And that's why I created this new program that is launching next month. I am putting so much detail and effort into it, and it will be the best program I've ever created. Not only will it help you identify the patterns that are keeping you in a stuck cycle, it will help you break the cycle, reconnect with your identity, and build real momentum again. So whether you're on a health journey and you've done tons and tons of programs and they can't seem to work, or you are trying to start a business and you keep starting and stopping and you can't figure out where to turn to next, or you're a mom who is worn out and tired and just needs a reset, this program is really going to take you to the next step. I'm beyond excited about it, so more details to come as we get closer to launch. But if you are excited about it, drop me a few smiley face emojis down below. But here is the transformation. Here is the beautiful walkway that we built in the backyard. We've cleaned up the patio and it feels like just such a peaceful space. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video and you're not subscribed, then be sure to subscribe for more home updates and home content and motivation. But I will see you all next week.